Welcome to the Pixelberry Choices podcast, and today we're going to be talking about Chapter 7 of Wake the Dead. So, this chapter was a little detour from the original case of Sonja Dharmer's murder and Bethany's murder, and a little detour, and where we mainly focus on our private life and something happened to our Uncle Thomas bar. So we got the news that Uncle Thomas bar has been robbed and our dad's badge and gun has those things have been stolen. And then when we go there, we see Uncle Tommy in a very distressed condition and the whole bar is a mess. And we investigate the place and we come to the conclusion that the bars, the badge and the gun, they were stolen to make it look like the motive was that, because nothing major was stolen from there. All the costly things were intact, and there was a breaking of glass, but we inspected and we see that it could have been from the inside, so they were already inside this place. And then we see Sophia, the mother of Maddie, and then we can either theorize that either Maddie did it or Maddie got kidnapped. So we will learn from Sophia that she was in a debt from Nico Borodin, I guess. Yeah. So Uncle Tommy gets really shocked after hearing that name. So it's not the right name or a good name, to be honest. So Maddie was trying to work for him to repay the debt, and then there could be something with that. So we need to track down this Nico Borodin if we want to get to the root of it. Then with Tristan, we go to Nico Borodin's place, and on the way in the car, we have a conversation with Tristan whether we should handle the case or whether we should, focus on the original case. But this case is so personal to us. Our dad's only memories that were left to us are now gone. So this is personal. So we need to focus on it first. So we go to Nico Borodin's place and we see him there with a stray dog, and we see the Nico treating the stray dog really in a bad way. And then we ask him and tell him that we're looking for Maddie, and if he doesn't want any trouble and the FBI to come to his place, he will just take a look at inside his place, because we're only interested in Maddie and not in his illegal business. So we're encountering a lot of illegal business and stuff, and as a private investigator, we are also getting our way. Like, we are hypothetically asking them. So we're basically interrogating the murder. It's not like we're like what police does. Like, they're gonna take down everything illegal. So we're not really that interested in those things, but we are on our mission to find Sonja Dharmer's murderer, or in this case, where is Maddie? So then we go inside, but he took Tristan and our main character inside the refrigerator place, and then he locked us inside there. It was completely dark. He pushes us and locks us inside. So we try to get out and scream, but to no avail. We're locked inside, and the temperature gets cooler and cooler. We get afraid that we might even die inside. And then in the diamond scene, you can share body heat with Tristan. You can get closer to her or him with Tristan, and even you will tell a little about how you feel, your fears about our main character's dad dying, or our emotions. We will share it with Tristan. We will share an actual good moment with Tristan. Now, this is what I really like about this. After a very long time, we don't have that much, lust or, smut with the love interest. Yeah, there is some flirtiness, some witty-nitty remarks, but it's not like hardcore gotta go after them like in most books. So what we are seeing here, this being a single love interest book, that mainly the focus is on the build up in the relationship between Tristan and our main character. So that's what I really like. So before we would have had anything else, we hear some noises from outside, and we see there's a barking noise. So the door gets opened, and it's Maddie and the dog. So we finally got to know that Maddie was safe and he was working for Nico, and we also got to know that Maddie was the person who robbed Uncle Tommy's bar, because Maddie told him to do, and we already know why he did that, because his mom is under a debt from Nico. But then we asked what was Nico looking for. So the badge and the gun, they were a distraction, as we thought. So he was actually interested in papers. So we also learned that he went to some docks to hand this over to some Russian mob stars. So we contact Luke and we learn about them. Vanya and Pavel, I think his name. So they're two twin brothers, and they sort of run this whole business of synthetic fraud. They're basically synthetic fraudster. They take our documents, like small businesses specifically, and they duplicate it. And like, the bar owner. More of the story is that the bar owner will get in trouble. So we go there. We also, before that, we can see the dog. So dog is not a stray dog. It's a military dog kind of. So it can really follow your orders in a good way. Nico wanted but never really cared for it, so we can adopt it, we can name it, and it will be a good asset in our team. And then we go to the dog, we leave the boy and the dog behind. And Tristan, our main character, goes inside and we see the Russian men, and one of them, well, we have seen his face before. The one who was getting some, information from Bird back in that cafe. So this is the same Russian person, and then we see him hand overing the document. But then someone caught Maddie, and they bring him inside. And one of the Russian men, they between Pavel and Vanya, they're trying to shoot him. And then we call Luke and ask him to send some police support here, NYPD. Meanwhile, we also cause a distraction, and in this epic scene, Tristan, our main character, together we take down the two Russian twins, and then we had to make a choice that they both look the same, so we need to think, remember that who actually got the gun, and we need to take them down, and we will have a taser with us. With the taser, we will get the one brother down. We'll help Tristan to take the other one down, and meanwhile we'll see Nico will run out. But if you took the dog, then the dog will help stop Nico, and also Maddie will help, and then the police will be on them, and they will arrest both the Russian mobster and Nico. So we'll get our, the bar papers back, Uncle Tommy's bar papers back, and our dad's, badge and gun back. But one interesting thing was there when Nico was being taken away, he really, dropped some word bomb. So he says that he knows something about her dad's murder, something about a big V. So it's a she. They had something to do with it. So, we don't know much. It literally, shakes us. But even if it shakes us, Tristan takes him aside and says something in his ear that literally shakes him. And, he asks to be put in a very, deep cell because he thinks Tristan can literally destroy him. So we don't know what Tristan said, but that was really badass. Now, we have a conversation with Tristan and Mafalda. So, well, Mafalda's happy. We thought he would be upset. She would be upset, but, well, we helped NYPD, the New York Police Department, catch two Russian mobsters and Nico. So, they will be in prison for a long time, so they won't disturb anyone. And then we also say that Uncle Tommy will forgive Maddie, so we won't press charges on Maddie. And then we, in the dimension, we can just celebrate this win in the bar, and we see Uncle Tommy talking with Maddie. So basically, he's going to give Maddie some punishment. So he asks him that he could have told him earlier about this. But anyway, he would have to come early and make amends, work a bit harder, extra hours perhaps. But then Sophia is also happy, and we tell her that she won't have to be worried about the debt for a long time. And then she plans Maddie's college life, where he's gonna go now. He can pursue his education. Finally, the debt is over, so this is a pretty happy ending. We can spend time with our uncle, with Luke and Ruby. We just have a wholesome time there with Mafalda, and then finally with Tristan Thorne. And we will just talk about all the feelings, and that music will be played. The nanny affair classifying music, and we will get really close. But again, it will seem like there's something between us, but then it will just break away. The night will end, so we'll have to go to sleep upstairs. And Luke will approach us, and there's a description that we were almost disappointed. So really, really amazing quality writing here and good development. Again, with the Tristan and main character love interest. Main character, the relationship here. So that's pretty much it from here. But before it ends, Luke says that he has some information that he now knows where did the murder weapon come from. Now that's where it ends. So this chapter, chapter 7, I see it as a detour we took, you know, sort of to a break from the Sanjay Dharma's case, because now it's out in the open for non VIPs even that Crimes of Passion is getting a sequel. So so I think it's gonna have more than one aspect. This whole cult thing, Sanjay Dharma's murder, Bethany's murder. This is a cult. There's a relationship with link, I should say, with this murders with Mara, the goddess, the Gaulish cult, all these things. So this is a whole mystery. But alongside that, we also have a mystery from our past, our dad's murder. So we're gonna have to solve that because we talked with our uncle about what Nico said about Big V, and we learned that they're all dead now, perhaps, but they're not now there. But at the time when Dad was ruling and he was murdered, they were a big thing. But even like they were a really hush hush family. So if something about a murder Big V said, if it reached Nico's ears, then something fishy could have been there. So we will probably investigate that. Not probably, of course we'll investigate that. We will try to find out our dad's killer and put him in, or put them behind the bars and do whatever is appropriate to them, I should say. But also, there's another mystery with Tristan. Like, what happened back in Tracovia? What happened actually there? Tristan is not the killer. What happened? Who covered? So there are. It's really amazing. Like we are not. I think these side mysteries, our dad's killing, Tristan's history. These are more intriguing to me than the actual cult thing. The actual cult thing is definitely interesting, but we have so many mysteries to solve. It's not just one dimensional, but there's actually a juggling a lot of things. And this was a break, and then we'll focus on the main case at hand again. This is pretty interesting. That was Crimes of Passion, Chapter 7. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts and opinions, and then I'll see you in the next video. Till then, peace out.